Do you like basketball? Basketball 농구? I like, but I'm not good at. Yes, I'm not.
Me too.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the State of the League podcast, the only NBA podcast breaking down Jaden Ivey thrusting a stab into the back of the Kings. So, like, I'm doing like a Game of Thrones, Jaime Lannister Kingslayer type thing, you know? So that's Jaden Ivey. He's Jaime Lannister. I'm your host, Jack, a.k.a. Jokic Joestar. With me, as always, world-famous Pablo Escobar. Pablo, how you doing today?
I'm sick. It appears again. I thought I got my sickness out of the way, and because I was sick for like a week with an annoying cold. The last time I got sick, it was Thanksgiving. It was post Thanksgiving.
Maybe you're disgusting, mongoloid. Is that a bad word?
I don't know. Mongoloid? Is that racist? Yeah. We apologize if it is.
I don't think it's racist. I feel like it's something that like someone would say in a sanitarium in like 1955, or it was like a medical.
Okay. I think. Well, I was gonna say. I feel like it's a newspaper comic joke, like the punchline, as they call them that. But it is an old-fashioned term for a person with Down syndrome. So we apologize, everybody.
All right.
And we're shred the word. So nobody use that one anymore.
I don't use it because, well, I mean, I guess I just did, so I'm a bad person. But I asked right away because I was unconfident about it. I was like, wait. So yeah, your family member, not that. And if you have Down syndrome, totally chill. It's cool.
I can't catch Down syndrome. I can catch cold or COVID.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Your non-hand washing family members, I guess, would be a better term to use.
I'll tell you, I don't know. Well, you know what?
What?
There was one family member who was sick, but people didn't know they were sick. But I knew they were sick. But would it have really gotten me that sick that fast? What's going on? Am I
like
immunocompromised now? Yeah, but it started last night. I could feel it in my throat.
I feel like
how you get a trailer.
Yeah. Yeah, being sick, you get the teaser for it where it's like coming soon. The real sickness. Get up, get down with the sickness. Oh my goodness. I ate a fucking gallon of salsa for lunch today. That's all I ate for lunch. It was so good. But now I got some crazy burps going on. So, you got to do what you got to do. It was worth it. I'd do it again. And this one I liked a lot. Real white people shit. I get it from a Mexican grocery store, but they always make it a little spicier than I would like. And it tastes good, so like I'm down with it. But this batch they made today, it was not spicy at all. It's just like delicious, fresh flavors. And so it allowed me to eat even more. Because usually when I eat it, I'm like, damn, I need a drink of water. This shit is spicy. And so I fill up on like 30, 40% water. But today it was just pure salsa.
Do they not sell like mild versus spicy?
Well, they sell spicy. But the spicy is like dark maroon red, like scary looking. I get the mild, and it's not like I'm dying. It's just like, whew, that was just pretty spicy.
Shout out to cobblers. Do you have a cobbler?
Yo, my fucking mom went to the cobbler this morning.
No way. Cobblers are back.
Yeah. Shout out to. There's a lot of trades that I feel like could make a comeback as we kind of come around the cycle of consumerism where it's like, I would like to have a pair of shoes for like 10 years. That could be cool.
It's crazy. I saw two cobblers last night, and then I said, I bet a friend of mine has a cobbler. Sure enough, he has a cobbler. He said his cobbler has a whole staff.
Yeah, my mom's cobbler, he has like a brick and mortar store with like people that work there, and it's like a real thing. And so yeah, they brought him some pastries this morning so that he would, in the future, get these get these shoes done quicker. It's kind of like, and that's the other thing. When you have small businesses, it's a lot easier to bribe them. You know, you can't bribe fucking Starbucks or Amazon or Target or anything, but small scale local guy, you can be like, hey, I baked you some cookies, man. So next time I'm patronizing your store, maybe bump me to the front of the queue.
I could bribe a Starbucks.
There's a bit about that. If you had seen The Sopranos, you would know.
Hey, give me a large. I'll give you a pronoun. Like for more content like that.
Wow. That's beautiful. You're a genius. In The Sopranos, they like go into the Starbucks and they're like, it'd be a freaking shame if something were to happen to one of your employees. If you pay our security fee, nothing will ever happen. And the guy's like, if you guys beat me up, they're just going to send a new guy in here. They don't give a fuck. And so it's very, I don't know, it's an interesting perspective on corporate America.
Guys, comment down below if you have a cobbler or if there's active cobblers in your town. And, yeah, tell us about the scene. Scotty
What's
Barnes,
next?
how's the cobbler scene in summer right now?
So, okay, I feel like I've seen butchers coming back around where people are like, it's good to have like a butcher, like a real butcher, not just like some guy at the counter at like a random grocery store. Cobblers, what's more like jobs like that where it's like if you were in a village, that would be a thing.
A seamstress?
Okay, a seamstress. I'm thinking like, a blacksmith would be cool, but we just don't like. There's not enough metal in today's world, I feel like.
There are sword makers in Japan. You can hire a guy to make you a sword.
I mean, that'd be
cost you
sick.
thousands of dollars.
I just don't need. What do I need a sword for?
Well, what would you need that a metal maker would provide?
Back in the day, it was like horseshoes and nails and stuff. It wasn't just swords.
Yeah, what? I guess you could get a hammer today from a forge.
I suppose. Yeah, you could probably get like tools and stuff. But yeah, blacksmith, butcher, seamstress, cobbler. Bring that back. Guys are always like, return to tradition. I want to be able to fucking yell at my wife. But guys are never like, return to tradition. Cobble my shoes.
Would you have been able to guess Rumpelstiltskin's name? Would you have figured that one out?
How many hints? Like I don't remember the story well enough to be like, is he always like, it rhymes with Dumpelpilpin and shit? Like, is he always fucking around, or is it just like straight up a mystery?
Well, no, he doesn't give any hints. The reason she found out his name was because like she snuck up on him one day, and he was at the campfire at night singing a song, like bragging. He's like, she'll never guess my name. My name is Rumpelstiltskin. And then that's how he got. But had he never done that, I think she had like 3 days to guess or something before he gets the newborn, the firstborn.
I guess. I mean, I don't know if I would have solved it, but I can tell you one thing. I'm whooping his ass if that third day comes.
Oh. But doesn't he have powers? Or what does he do? Does he grant wishes, or is he better at... Does he string silk into gold? What is he?
He does something like that. He probably has some powers, but, like, to me, he's not giving, like, the vibes where I'm not going to be able to beat his ass. Like, the spells that he does, seems like he has to, like, sit down and, like, draw sigils in chalk and, like mix potions and stuff. He can't... He's not doing, like, combat sorcery.
He is potentially the most powerful non-deity and magic practitioner in all the realms, having surpassed Merlin.
Yo, no fucking shot. No shot. That's where aura comes in. That's where the eye test comes in. I'm going Merlin every time, dude. Rumpelstiltskin over Merlin? Get the fuck out of here.
It must depend on the verse.
That's terrible. That's terrible. All right, 10 minutes in, Rumpelstiltskin, cobblers, all that stuff. Comment down below if you have a cobbler, guys. The Cavs. You want me to timestamp this, or do you want to be timestamps?
I'll have you do the timestamps.
Okay. Let me get my phone then. Oh shit, my flashlight's been on this whole time. The Cavs 4-0 this week. They beat the Jazz, 76ers, the Bucks, and whoa.
Freudian slip. This guy's thinking about butts.
Last night my brother and I were watching the Kings Pistons game, and we came up with like stupid gay nicknames for everybody on the floor. I think DeMar DeRozan was the last one we got to, and it was like the hard dick blows men or something. So that was a very that's a fun way to watch basketball. Maybe I'll do a lesbian version of it later tonight.
Was it just Gaden Ivy?
Well, that's how it started, I think. But like once you get to like damn, who was it? Like Simone Fontecchio and stuff. They get a little trickier. The Butts and the Nets. So the Butts are the Bucks. I said play who's in front of you for the Cavs, but like I don't know. None of these. I'm not like holy fuck. They beat the Bucks. They beat the Nets. Even though the Bucks have been playing well and it was a good game, I feel like they just also haven't played that much basketball recently. Like we talked about the Bucks win pretty thoroughly last week, I think.
Who did they? The teams have played like one game since we last did it, or one or two.
So they beat the Jazz, the 76ers, the Bucks, and the Nets.
Wait, we're on the Cavs.
Yes.
Okay, I was
thinking about the Butts.
I was thinking about the Butts, but they really just beat up on a bad Jazz team. Huge news though.
Yeah.
Did you see the Hoops Hype global rating?
No.
Evan Mobley is now second in the Hoops Hype global power forward ranking.
Behind Giannis?
Yeah.
And in front of what? Like, is Anthony Davis even a power forward on that?
I don't think so. Let's pull this up. I don't know what the metrics are for this, but it's global, so you know.
So it's like Mr. Worldwide. Like, what are you implying when you say it's global?
Well, it's called the Hoops Hype because you know hoopshype.com.
Yes.
They have
I know
global...
exactly what you're talking about. Where like it was big during the Olympics, where it would be like Dennis Schroeder with like a Germany flag next to his name, and he would be like at like 23.22 rating or whatever.
Yep. Well, Evan Mobley is his number 2. All right, now it's oh crap. This one's not updated. Well, but this will give us a good idea cuz preseason Evan Mobley was like the 20th. He was behind Jabari Smith, Kuzma, Randall on the Knicks. So
okay, well I don't respect. That's wrong coming into the season. Jabari Smith and Kuzma over Mobley. That's terrible.
So now he's number 2. Siakam is behind him, and then Randall, and then Jaren Jackson, and then Cam Johnson. So no Anthony Davis on here, which I'm pretty sure he was in the preseason. Oh, maybe he's been playing more center this year.
I think he's been a center most of the year because they don't have tall guys. I mean, they have like 3 guys over 6'7" on the Lakers.
Jalen Smith is on this list.
Oh, what's he at?
He's like, well, they don't. He's ranked 193 total.
Okay. I mean, congratulations, Jalen Smith. Do you have any actual thoughts about the actual Cavs?
They really just beat up on a bad Jazz team, and they're still doing good. They're still one of the best teams in the league. They're still killing people the same ways. So there is no news.
Nothing ever happens.
Nothing ever happens.
Calm little 14. In-N-Out Burger. The Celtics. Oh, what the heck? 1-3 in their last 4. They beat the Bulls. They lost to the Bulls, the Magic, and the 76ers. 3-4 in their last 7 games. What's the deal with that?
They couldn't live up to the stage on Christmas. They just don't have it.
They wore their little green and red outfits, and they got
Yeah.
fucking punked by the city of brotherly love.
Yeah, they got beat down by the big three.
How did Paul George play in that game? I know Maxey I felt like was the reason they won, low-key, at least in the fourth. And then Embiid still played pretty damn well. I don't think Paul George had a good game, though.
No, he was
So-
4 for 15.
Cool. Who could have seen that coming? In their
It's
last...
Christmas. His mind is elsewhere.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
So,
Hey, I mean, so was Jaylen Brown's. In these last 7 games, the Celtics are the 7th best defense, 11th best offense, and the 8th best team by net rating. They have had players miss time. So Tatum has missed 2 of the last 7 games. Holiday and Porzingis have each missed time as well. But I don't know. The thing like with the Celtics is that like, oh, we're missing 2 guys. We still have 8 good guys or whatever. And so I will say this recent stretch, it feels, I don't have the exact on-off stuff for Tatum, but with him on in these last 7, they're like plus 12, and with him off, they're like minus 17 or something. So it has been like a genuine MVP level stretch in terms of the advanced numbers and everything from him. And they have been really ugly by the eye test when he's not been on the floor. Jaylen Brown in these last 7 games, 20 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 52% true shooting, 28% from 3. And so, yeah, he picked it up in the second half offensively of the Christmas game, but in the first half he was disastrous. And really, I still didn't feel like his offense was pretty ball-stopping pilled in this game. From what I saw, it wasn't necessarily like the kind of Boston super snappy ball movement, flying all over the place, get everyone involved hoops that we've come to know and love from the Celtics. And so, I don't know. I don't know what level of concern is appropriate here. I guess that's kind of where I'm at with Boston right now, where it's like, obviously, I'm not going to panic because they're kind of mid in like December, January. But at the same time, when Michael Porter Jr. and KCP weren't shooting well last year, I was like, over the course of a 7-game series, how likely is that going to happen? How likely is that? And then that's like cost the Nuggets their season last year. And so when I look at like maybe repeatable stuff, repeatable recipes that opponents could use to beat the Celtics, I do see Jaylen Brown, like if something was going to happen, if the Celtics do lose in the playoffs, I feel like Jaylen Brown underperformance is definitely in the cards for something like that. Like that seems like one of the more likely things.
yeah, out of any weakness that they could have, it would be like someone like him going cold. But we saw Tatum go cold for them last year, and it didn't even matter. So
I just feel like Brown is so much like if Brown goes cold, it's way different than if because Tatum head down to the basket, plus like a way better floor-raising team defender and a way better playmaker. When Brown is not like shooting well, it can get nasty kind of quick.
Well, he is actually he's a top 5 shooting guard by the HoopsHype global rating.
God damn it. I don't care. Stop. Don't bring it up to me again.
But who's number 4 is Anthony Edwards.
Well, that's Anticlaus. That's a pure hooper.
Number 3, Tyler Hero. Number 2, Devin Booker. Number 1, Donovan Mitchell. So it's a
The
stacked
perfect
league
top
at
5.
the 2 guard, and this is global. Remember, so we're factoring in the not just America. We're factoring in the globe.
Yeah. So like your favorite guy in Greece, he's in here. They know about him. He's just not. He's not better than Tyler Hero.
Yeah, well, who is the best international? Okay, so the first one that shows up is Buddy Hield, and then Lou Dort, and then way down to Shaden Sharp. So the 2 guard position is incredibly American, and that just shows it's really a commentary on the country itself because of the one area that America thrives is in shot creation, in creating shot creators, in the dazzling displays of self-creation.
American
but not
shooting,
team
shooting
basketball.
Americans. They be shooting, you know?
They be shooting. So like for a video essay on that one. At 10,000 patrons, we'll be putting that one out. But yeah, the Sixers, they won on Christmas. It was one of many great Christmas Day games. And Tyrese Maxey,
it was a phenomenal
he was
game.
the Rudolph tonight. He may as well had a red nose the way he was guiding them to the basket. He had 33 and 12. He scored 13 in the fourth quarter. He had that nasty layup where he was like, "Oh my God, I'm flying through the basket," and then it went in somehow. Joel Embiid had 27, 9 rebounds on 15 shots, and pretty dominant guy.
Mm-hmm.
Wearing the mask, took it off for free throws. MF Doom, as in EM.
EMF Doom. Okay. MF Deed. Is there something there? You know?
I like mine more still. Guys, comment down below if you have a cobbler and which is better.
All right. We're keeping a running list. So, cobbler,
EMF Doom.
EMF Doom or MF Deed. That's really all I got. I mean, yeah, the Celtics have such like a huge buffer for panic for me that they could literally be like down 15 at halftime of Game 7, and I'd be like, who cares? You know,
They lost Porzingis in this game, but I mean that's just how
Porzingis is like a
Celtics fan
luxury
goes.
for them, where it's like, oh sweet, you know, the radio in my car is working today. The radio in my sports car that like. It's super, like, it runs perfectly beyond that. It's just, like, there's also a cool sound system that I only get to use sometimes.
Yeah, they're just OP.
Just okay. Yep. Sorry, Celtics fans, just okay. But you know who's great?
No, just OP.
Just OP. Sorry, Celtics fans, just OP. You know who's also OP?
Who?
The Knicks. Kind of. I mean, last 4-0, the Knicks. Let me timestamp. They beat the Spurs, the Raptors, the Pels, and the Wolves. I mean, you want to talk about good Christmas games.
Oh, what a game.
Are we wiping this one? Okay, so Wemby loses, but incredible performance from him. No help. Mikal Bridges, 41 points, 4 assists, 4 stocks, 80% true shooting with 1 free throw. Literally outplayed the GOAT on Christmas, who's not worth 6 first-round picks now. So in his last, and like this doesn't represent defense, obviously. Excuse me. But in his last 21 games, Mikal Bridges is 19 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 61% true shooting, 39% from 3 on 7 attempts a game. So the original justification of the move that it's like, well, you're not just giving up all those picks for Mikal Bridges in a vacuum. You're giving up all those picks to kind of like complete the team and push it into full-on win-now mode.
Get all the Exodia cards together.
Yeah. Even if you have to overpay for like the
you're
the
overpaying
left
for
foot.
the left foot. You're paying 10,000. What? Let me check what the currency is in the Yu-Gi-Oh world.
$. 10,000 $. For the left foot of Exodia. I saw the funniest Yu-Gi-Oh deck on TikTok where it was like, I think it's 30 card deck is like the standard for battles, and it was like 25 Pot of Greeds and then all 5 Exodia pieces.
Nice. I don't know what currency they use. I don't know if it's covered in the show.
Okay, well, what do they use in Pokemon? Let's just transfer it over. Berries?
That's one piece.
Oh.
I don't know if Pokemon has a currency either, because it's not like everything's just kind of free there.
That's not true. I've bought things in Pokemon before.
Oh, in the literal game?
Yes.
Oh, I think it might be Poke, right? Like P-O-K-E?
It's Pokemon dollars are the primary currency used in the Pokemon world of the core series games. Okay, well Yu-Gi-Oh dollars then. 10,000 Yu-Gi-Oh dollars for the left foot of Exodia. But yeah. So you're starting to see that vision a little bit more. Exodia is coming together a little bit. 9 games with Achua back in the lineup. They've been the 11th best defense. That is up from 19th in the first 22 games of the season. And I don't know. The only other thing I wrote down for them, and we could glaze the game more. But I just wrote down, it feels like we're at a point in the season where stuff becomes even murkier for teams like this, where it's like, okay, so how real is this defense? Are they going to be like a solid defense for the rest of the year? Is that a level that they can maintain? Are we going to see the same version of playoff Jalen Brunson that was in the playoffs last year? Can Cat, having like a career season essentially, can he be this good in the playoffs offensively as well? And as an individual defender, can he take on some of the league's best matchups, even if they never run into like Embiid or whatever, which that's I don't know. But like, could he guard Porzingis if he was healtly? What would him versus like Brook Lopez or like him getting switched on to Giannis consistently look like? So yeah, 4-0 though, good win over the Spurs. I feel like they're moving in the right direction.
Yeah, so Mikal Bridges, it's not like he was stress tested on the defensive end in this game by I don't even remember who he would have been guarding play to play, but they offensively, like, Wemby was such a dominant force that they didn't want to shoot shots at the rim anymore, so they were like, "Ooh, let's just take mid-range shots the whole game long," and he just diced them up, and he was. I'll tell you what, is he vindicated for changing his shooting form? It was looking pretty nasty today, or in the Christmas game.
I don't know. I wonder. So like, when I watch him shoot in the games, it doesn't look as fucked up as it did in those videos. Do you feel that way, or do you feel like it's still super like? Because he's always been insane, but when I watch him with the Knicks, it feels about as fluid as it was with the Suns, which, I mean, low bar, but how do you feel about it?
I definitely see the difference. It's like a 2-part shot now. Like, it goes up, and then it's like fully up top. And it looks like it shouldn't work. But in this game, he went 6 for 9, and I can tell the speed of the release went up. So, yeah. And I think it is useful shooting that way from mid-range, because he was basically just able to like fade back and still get oriented in the air. And so realistically, what offensive answers don't they have for a defense in the playoffs? We see against an elite rim protector where they're afraid to go within 5 feet of him. They could still just rain in threes, and then they can kill people in the mid-range. What challenges are they going to face that they don't have an answer to? Because if they go up against a poor defensive center, like if they go up against a center who can't defend the post, Karl Anthony Towns can brutalize him there. What kind of challenges could they run into in the playoffs? I guess besides the Celtics.
Yeah, I think. I don't know. When you think so, like, do you think the Magic, like if Franz and Paolo were healthy, what do you think that series would go like for them? Because I do feel like if you make Jalen Brunson's life as hard as you possibly can, maybe that's the path forward for attacking this Knicks team offensively, at least. I think the Knicks would probably still win that series just because. I mean, who knows? Because if Paolo, like, if the defense does its job and the Knicks are limited to some degree, no, I would still go New York in that series. But like, maybe I don't know. What's your answer to that? I suppose. Do you have you thought about it yourself at all?
Not too deep, but just the other game that they've played. Was against the Raptors, and it was OG and Towns like pop-off game where they combined for 62 points. They only missed 6 shots between the two of them, and so I feel like you've even got OG who has well, I don't know. How do you feel about OG's offense translating to the playoffs? Does he bring a unique slashing element, or was he just beating up on a bad Raptors team?
I feel like OG, hot hand jump shooting scorer. I'm there for that. Him off the dribble. I think if you're like a playoff defense, if you're a playoff defense playing this caliber of offense, that's like something you're cool living with if he puts the ball on the floor and has to like create something. Which is not to say he can't do it at all, but it's way better than like allowing Brunson or Towns to do that to you. I also think he has the capacity. Before that Raptors game, he was like 6 or 7 pretty inefficient games, like 6 of 14, 5 of 16 from the field. And so I guess that's one thing you point to is just like the variance of this team. Like on a real off shooting night, does this Knicks team have enough like individual offense between Towns and Brunson and McHale? Because McHale, like, I do like him in those mid-range settings. Does this Knicks team have enough offense from those spots, and can they generate enough stops to survive moments like that? Which, obviously, to make like New York have a full series of bad three-point shooting would be very difficult. But yeah, I don't know. I still worry about Cat if he runs into like a PJ Washington pilled defender. And I don't have anyone in the East off the top of my head that's like that, but like I think he could handle. I'd rather he play against like Brook Lopez or somebody than against like a PJ Washington guy, just because I feel like he's so much like if he has an opponent who he can just go like straight up, I'm strong, you're strong, let's figure this out, let's fucking like bump a little bit. I think it's a lot more straightforward for him than to have like an intermediate strength guy who he has the potential like do offensive fouls on and stuff, which hasn't been a huge problem for him this year compared to in Minnesota in the playoffs. But it's just something to watch, I guess. So yeah, long story short, I don't know what would push them in the postseason, but I definitely think something will come up.
So I'm rewatching the OG Raptors game. An element that he has that can also give defenses problems is off ball. He's good. He's a good cutter and stuff, and he is enormous. And so you can't really like stash smaller guys. Like they were trying to put Grady Dick on him to be like, well, he's just a 3-point shooter, right? So just have Grady guard that. But he can just completely seal off. He can go to the rim and just seal off Grady entirely, and you really just use his physicality to carve out space near the basket and then bump someone off him and go up for a layup. So I feel like he's not. That presents a challenge because you can't stash guards on it. Teams will want to throw like bigger wings on Jalen Brunson to stop him, but you can't necessarily just make the trade off the same way. Like, hey, go out there and guard Reggie Bullock. He's just shooting threes. No, you got to worry about the 7 foot, 250. He's not 250, but he's huge. And OG is so good. He was guarding Wemby at points in that game.
Yeah, he is very good.
Shout out Josh Hart. He sealed the game with all those offensive rebounds. Was it 3 straight?
I think so. Yeah, he's crazy. And that's another guy where even if you get a lot of stuff to go right when you're guarding the Knicks, like the possibility for just like Brunson, great 7 games, just incredible. Like Brunson 17 points per game, 40 whatever % from 3, doing all of like the annoying hustle shit. It's not guaranteed, but like it's in the cards. We've seen it happen before. So yeah, they're just very deep. And then I like the OG cutting stuff. I will also say that's where like when you talk about career year for Karl Anthony Towns, when everybody glazes him as a passer. I really like those two together because I feel like I always see OG make the smart cut, seal his guy, and it's always when Cat is like drawing two up at the free throw line, or maybe gets like an offensive rebound and has everybody right around him. OG is really good at like getting to that spot at the right time. So maybe if you're a defense and you try to like put more pressure on Towns as to like bait him into making that pass and have a guy waiting to pick it off, because it is a great action that he really likes to do. So yeah, I don't know. But they're really looking good right now.
And I'll tell you what, another good thing about the Knicks, big games still feel like big games when they're involved, despite ESPN's trash presentation, because they haven't changed much. Like, everything still looks the same. Versus the Lakers, they like changed their shade of yellow. And,
it's horrible.
And the games, yeah, it's like it doesn't feel nearly. That's part of the disconnect from them in the Kobe era. Like, it was a literal visual difference. If it still looked like that, people will feel better about watching the Lakers. But
Yeah.
The Knicks, you turn on a game, it still looks the same as it always has. They have good jerseys, they have a good court, they have good lighting, a good everything.
And they're always like, here's John Starks in the stands. Like, they always have a guy in attendance.
And they're loud. So what a good way to kick off Christmas. Thank you, Knicks.
Yeah, they were a very good game. Okay.
And they beat my goat for now.
For now.
Probably the last time they're going to.
Oh, wow, you held him to like a Will Chamberlain stat line. Wow, congrats, dude. Good job.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you better get to the finals this year, because might be the last time you get to not face him there.
Yeah. I will say I've been seeing some Knicks fans so Luka probably done for first team All-NBA, and Knicks fans are like, Cat first team All-NBA.
Oh.
I'm Wemby. That's spot.
Oh, it's positionless now.
Yeah. So you could have like it'll be Jokic,
who are the
Giannis,
no-brainers right now?
Jokic, Giannis, Shea, Tatum for me.
Jokic, Giannis, Shea, Tatum, and then we have one spot up for grabs.
I would go. I mean, not to like not to close off being like, oh, fuck the Knicks or whatever. It's just that's just something that I've seen, and I would go Wemby there.
Well, I don't know. I never do. People factor in winning to All NBA? Sometimes,
to
right?
some degree.
Did Julius Randle get it because they were good? Why was he on there that one year?
I feel like they were better than people expected because he was it was like his big career step forward year into like all-star-ish, into like 2010 and 5 level guy or whatever you want to call him. But yeah, they were better than people thought. Like, I don't think people expected them to be a playoff team when that happened, when they signed 3 power forwards in the same offseason. So I think winning matters to some degree. And like if the Spurs just plummet, if they just have like we're not even halfway through the season. So if the Spurs just have a dog shit back half, it's fine. Like, and the Knicks are on some other stuff the whole time, then yeah. But just through this portion, I feel like Wemby has been, especially recently, like most of what Karl Anthony Towns is offensively, while being like the best defender in the world. And they've been, I mean, how many more wins? I think 5 more wins the Knicks have than the Spurs at this point. So, yeah.
Yeah, Wemby's definitely already my goat. Definitely already better than Towns, better than everybody. But if Towns were to finish All NBA first team, I wouldn't be upset. I'd be like, that's valid.
And it would be
that's a guy doing crazy stuff.
It would be a cool, like, for him to get one in the like era of like Jokic and Embiid and all this stuff, for him to get one it'd be nice, because like he had, I mean, genuinely one of the best offensive centers of all time. So yeah, I wouldn't be upset by it or anything.
And then last thing, Edie Falco wants to punch TJ McConnell in the face.
They should let her. National treasure, Edie Falco. Shout out to The Sopranos once again. Oh my God. 40 minutes. The Orlando Magic. They're 2-2 in their last 4. They beat the Celtics and the Heat, and they lost to the Thunder. I don't know if I wrote down all their games. They didn't beat the Heat. Freaking Tyler Hero hit the game winner. But they beat the Celtics.
They lost to Miami and they beat Miami.
Okay, that's what it is. Yeah. So I mostly just talked about the win over the Celtics, power of friendship, all that stuff. No Tatum, but also no Paolo, no Franz. So impressive win. And did we talk about Mo Wagner, ACL, done for the year?
Oh, crap. No, we didn't. I forgot about that. That's not good.
I mean, yeah. It's... So, like... I won't say silver lining, because he was so good this year, and I really liked him as a backup. But at least, like, Goga... There's no Goga third string anymore. It's removed as a possibility. So, that's one thing. That's, like, a ripple effect of the injury. However, yeah, I mean, he was, like... automatic, like 13.6 rebounds, really solid efficiency, really high energy guy off the bench for them, and gave them a lot of different looks as well, because Goga is definitely worse offensively. So yeah, it's a tough loss for a team that's already been plagued by injuries.
That game was crazy. The first game against the Heat, They do you know what they outscored the Heat in the fourth quarter?
Oh, is that the 37-8 fourth quarter?
Yes.
Damn.
Which is nuts. The game finished 121-114. It tied their largest comeback in franchise history. They were down by 25 and then they just completely shut them off in the fourth quarter. Yeah, they were trailing by 22 in the fourth quarter before outscoring the Heat 37-8. Their 25 point comeback was set on November 8th, 1989 against the Cleveland Cavaliers.
What is this,
and it was a
bowling
big
for soup?
It was a big Cole Anthony game. He had 35 points, 27 in the second half. He had 8 rebounds, 9 assists. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope scored 24. Did you officially lose the divorce?
I won't even call it losing because he started the year so bad that it's nice to see him playing well again. Because like I really didn't have that. I was like, yeah, you deserve the money. He's good, and so like it would have been sick to see him stick around and take a pay cut. But I kind of the writing was on the wall there. So yeah, for him to come back, it's not like he's. Unless it's a finals matchup, it's not like he's going to be fucking sticking the dagger in the Nuggets. So, yeah, it'd be different if he went to, like, the Lakers or the Wolves or the Thunder or something. So, him playing well on the Magic, I'm cool with.
And so that game was 121-114 in the end. This game that happened yesterday was 2 days ago, by the time you're listening to this. It was 89-88.
What the heck? I thought these guys were offensive juggernauts. What happened to Cole Anthony?
Hey, I don't know, but we did get a game winner. There were 4 game winners last night?
Yeah, it was crazy.
And Tyler Hero was the owner of one of them. He hit a 19-foot jumper with 0.5 seconds left. And this time the hero for the Magic was Jalen Suggs. He scored 29 points on 2 of 12 three-point shooting, but 22 from the field. This was a slugfest.
Mm-hmm. Tristan Da Silva, last 15 points, 4 rebounds on 61% true shooting, 36% from 3 on 6 attempts a game. He had 18 in the win over Boston, including 6 in the fourth quarter, and I believe the dagger in that game. So good to see from your rookie. Building confidence in a guy that you're probably, looking to contribute in the playoffs. So, yeah. And then I also just wrote down Suggs is struggling with the first option burden for sure, but it doesn't surprise me and it doesn't change my opinion of anything. It's just very much like, hey, someone has to shoot. Please, Jalen Suggs, please save us. Since Franz went down, he has averaged 20.6 rebounds, 4 assists on 40% from the field and 25% from 3 with 4 turnovers per game. But he's not shying away from the fight. He's got that dog in him, all that stuff. So, yeah, they're kind of just waiting around for Paolo to get back at this point. I didn't look up another injury update for him, but I assume he's still a ways away because last week he wasn't even taking contact in practice. So, I would at least a couple weeks out if I had to take a guess.
Well, let's see. Where does he grade out? Is he? He must just not be included right now on the Hoops Hype Global rating
Paolo?
for power forwards. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, probably. There's probably like a games played or whatever.
And I want to know if they give him an American flag or an Italy flag next to his name.
Don't ask the fucking mayor of Italy.
One day ago, oh no. Well, yeah. One day ago, Paolo Banchero enters the conditioning phase of his return. But 3 hours ago, the Magic's Paolo Banchero sees positive change in injury designation. His designation changed from torn right oblique to return to competition reconditioning.
Nice. Well, that's great. Yeah, because they need him back. The last 7 games, I think, is when Franz went down. They're still the fifth best defense in the league, and they're 3-4. So like 1 game below 500, missing all of this stuff. I do think like if you give Franz and Paolo good for the playoffs, they should be a good team. Like they should be a team that you don't necessarily, even if you're confident you beat them. Like if I'm the Knicks, I wouldn't want to play the Magic just because it would be such a physical, frustrating series, and there's a lot of potential for like a more fragile team like New York to get injuries between who even knows what Mitchell Robinson's gonna do, but like the way their whole season ended last year, hamstrings and broken hands and all that shit. Playing the Magic is not conducive to making it through all of that stuff.
Well, one thing you do gotta hope that they will be able to play basketball together for an extended run before the playoffs comes, because they got to figure out how to play it off each other. Like when it was beginning of the season when they had both, it was really the Paolo show, and Franz wasn't doing much, right? But then he went out, and then Franz took a little adjustment period. I think he was sick or something, and then he's like, you know what? I'm just going to do everything for this team. I'll just be the everything guy. And they're like, oh, crap, this works too. But both of them have functioned as the everything guy. So we just got to see, can they get the synergy down? What's the workflow? What's the order of operations?
In the 5 games, I mean, it's 5 games at the beginning of the year. It's the fakest something can possibly be. But
did Paolo only play 5 before going down?
Yeah, he literally scored
That's
50
crazy.
and then tore his oblique.
That's crazy. I saw in the Sports Illustrated article just now, it was like he's missed 28 consecutive games. I was like, it's really been that much? That's crazy.
Yeah. And so, but like in those 5, so like I guess my thing is like in a playoff setting, obviously it'd be great if you get both of them playing at all-star level. But even if you just have like the hierarchy that it was looking like at the beginning of the year, plus like a solid shooting series from KCP, because he was terrible at the start. But if you have like clear number 1 option, offensive engine Paolo, Franz and Jalen Suggs at that point were both finishing plays very well. They were both really productive on catch and shoot shots. And then Franz is like an offensive rebounder, cutter type guy. He fits into that role really well, even if he doesn't have the touches to be like a 27 5-5 guy. I think that plus the defense, that's still not a team that you want to play. So like even if you could just get back to there, it would be cool. But that's not a given. Like like you said, they would. You want to see them play together for, a month, 2 months ideally. But given how long it's taken Paolo, if we project that onto Franz's identical injury, I don't know when he'll be back.
Yeah, I don't have anything else for these freaks.
These freaks, jeez. It's fucking. They live in Florida. That's all it is, man.
Oh, well, Orlando, yeah.
50, I mean, yeah, Orlando's in Florida.
Yeah, but I mean, like that doesn't make me feel better about them being freaks. So, you know.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying like that's I know people in Orlando and they're normal
Oh,
people.
and they're monsters.
No, they're normal people.
Oh,
The
okay.
city's terrible. It's horrific. It's a urban sprawl of concrete and alligators and swamp, and it's fucking a cool day. Is fucking 75 degrees and humid, and there's heat lightning every other night. But beyond that, I mean, it's fine. There's Disney there, I guess.
Your people, do they have scales?
Nope.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, they're just normal humans. Come by way of Louisiana originally, so I guess they're humid the whole time. They're built for it.
They have no abilities?
No. I mean, what abilities do you have?
Well, I'm not in Florida.
Yeah, you're in fucking whatever. I mean,
They can't spit acid?
no, they can't. Golly.
Okay. All right. You're kind of defensive about it.
If there was a person in New York, would you ask? I mean, he can't fucking whip up a bacon, egg, and cheese the Aki way off the cuff, no problem.
What did you do? What, is there a question?
That's what you would ask him to do. You would be like, "Oh, where are your Tims? Where's your big puffer, bro? Why aren't you saying? I mean, where's your Yankee fitted? This is how you sound right now."
Which, by the way, what's your opinion on those turtles in New York?
Oh, the 4?
Yeah, there's for people who haven't heard, there's 4 turtles that are apparently humanoid. Like, I don't know, is this Darwinism or what?
Mm-hmm.
But there's 4 turtles that are humanoids that have been seen running around.
Oh, see, this is interesting. Okay, I'm curious. So these 4 turtles, direct conflict with like a local cartel, known as the Foot Clan, and so, like we've gone back and forth on like
where's the Foot? Is that out of Mexico or what?
No, it's out of it's like Brooklyn. I'm pretty sure I mean, wherever the warehouses are, that's where they're at.
We got American cartels in New York.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think technically they're Japanese, but yeah. So these
We got
turtles,
the Yakuza.
yeah, these turtles are all like they're putting like stops to all of their schemes around the city, and so I'm just curious how you feel compared to like is this more cut and dry than the Spider-Man or like the Batman? Because also I don't even know. I heard somewhere that like they're kids. They're not even like grown adult turtles.
To be honest, I straight up don't believe it, because all the pictures that have come out are not quality, and it just feels like a continuation of the drone thing. And I don't think there's been people who've claimed to have been hit by them, but all these reports are kind of coming at the same time. So it's like, oh, I work for an illicit drug company. Something happens to me. No, it wasn't the other rival company. No, it wasn't my boss who hit me. It was a giant humanoid turtle. So I feel
that
like this is
Kung
a little.
Fu.
Yeah. So I feel like this one. I mean, we live in a world where the Spider-Man, the Batman, there are these vigilantes. Sometimes with abilities that appear unique, like so they'd be super, but I don't know if we have any proof of that. Like, there's people thought the Spider-Man was actually churning out the same web as a spider, but he leaves web residue everywhere, and it has been studied, and they have determined it's not the same thing as a spider. So I don't know. I kind of feel like this one is not real. This kind of feels it's probably people dressing up as them, and then they started. Remember the clowns in North Carolina in like 2016 or whatever?
Yeah. That was a crazy summer.
I feel like it's a similar type thing.
I don't know, because I haven't seen any copycats like turtles or anything. And I also think it'd be weird to. Okay, so like for it to be fake, I get. Why would you make up like the giant rat sensei figure at that point? That's where I kind of get lost. Because it just seems
people probably just think it's funny. How are turtles and rats related?
well, they're not by blood. It's like a family bond.
But like, why would a turtle be hanging out with a rat in the first place?
I mean, so I guess like the lore here among like the locals is that the rat. So I don't know how far into this you are, but like I guess there's an ooze that can be found around New York City periodically from some of these the companies that you're talking about, and when animals come into contact with said ooze, they kind of develop like humanoid features and humanoid intelligence. And so I guess the rat developed first, came in contact with the ooze first, and was older when it happened, so kind of instantly progressed to like a 30-year-old adult. Whereas these turtles were, like children test subjects that he found and raised as his own. I get that's like what people have pieced together, because there's been some audio recordings too, where it's like, hey, Mikey, we got to get home. We can't stop for a bacon, egg, and cheese or whatever. I've heard a lot of stuff like that. Otherwise, Dad's gonna trip, and so that's what's like. There's just a lot of layers that don't seem like somebody would make it up.
Are we sure this isn't just like right-wing dehumanizing homeless people? Like they're the rats, they're giant rats hanging in the sewer, and it's just like a hairy homeless guy down there, or like they have scales and shells, and they just have like some sort of untreated skin condition.
It would just be crazy. It would be crazy to do that, and then to be like, oh, these disgusting freaks, they just saved like a burning orphanage. They just stopped like there was gonna be like 80 pounds of fentanyl dropped into the middle of Manhattan, and they stopped it. So like, it's just like pretty counterintuitive to like the fear mongering stuff that the right wing does, because they are stopping a lot of like the crime issues that the right wing is always like, this is the sky is falling, this is the end of the world because of these things.
I don't know. I'll believe it when I see it, but I feel like a lot of it's just probably made up, like 95% of it.
I'm looking forward to seeing more. Because, yeah, I like them. I like the color scheme thing. And the weapons, I mean, that's pretty cool. Because, like, Spider-Man web swingers, all that stuff, and, like, the Batman, obviously, that motherfucker got stuff for days. But to have, like, a group and everybody had their own individual identity, like, one of them's the leader, one of them does machines, one of them is, like, an asshole, and then one of them loves...
there's no way people know all these This has got to be fan fiction. This is New York Post.
I don't know. I'm not on the ground is my problem. So there's probably some Knicks fans that we could have. Oh, Timothée Chalamet loves the Knicks. Dude, we have to get him on here to talk about this.
Oh, well, guys, blow up his comment section.
Guys, cyberbully him. Everybody tag Nardwar. Be like, we know you have his number. You did the interview. Slide it over to Mr. Joestar. The Bucks. Damn.
Are we timestamping?
Oh yeah, I timestamped the Bucks, and then we got off on the Turtles. So we're 9 minutes after that timestamp. The Bucks, they played. So they are what, 4-0, or wait, 2-2 in their last 4, I believe. So they beat the Wizards and the Bulls, and then they lost to the Cavs, and who'd they lose to last night? The Nets, and Giannis has missed some time.
So their wins have come against a couple of frauds, huh?
Well, I mean, they had like a practice win that, had it counted, would have been pretty impressive.
Well, they last night they had a bad loss against Brooklyn. Where did you see they doubled Ben Simmons?
Yeah, like on the perimeter hard, right?
Yeah, like they trapped Ben Simmons and left Cam Johnson
Oh
wide
man.
open from three. And there was some arguing over whose fault it was, over whether it was Bobby or AJ Green's fault. Um,
Was that
I
was that like game deciding ish possession? I didn't really see that much of this
yeah,
game.
it was further down the stretch. I didn't see the whole thing, so I don't know. I don't know whether they were switching that same action the entire night or whatever, or who was at fault. But I think no matter what, never go over a Ben Simmons screen.
There's no benefit.
You will never be punished for it. It's insane. But yeah, they lost to the Nets. They got thumped by. Well, I guess I'll save that for the next the Nets segment. But this was no Giannis and no Dame.
Yeah. Brooke Lopez masterclass a little bit from the minutes I saw. I don't know what let me pull up what he finished with. And then I know or do you have it?
What?
Were you going to say something?
Well, Christopher Middleton.
Oh, 21-5-5. Okay.
He's back. Well, he had 7 turnovers, but he might be back.
Damn. Okay.
Let me check. Is he a small forward or shooting guard?
I would assume he's played mostly small forward this year. You figure it's Dame, AJ Green, Middleton, Giannis, Brooke is what they do mostly, like as far as starters. But maybe I'm an idiot.
So I think he's left off of the Hoops Hype global ranking right now.
Yeah. Okay. What I was thinking of, I saw the second quarter mostly, I guess. Brooke Lopez had 13 points and 4 rebounds on 5 of 5 shooting, 3 of 3 from 3-point range in the second quarter. Finished with 20 points. So, not a super productive second half from Splash Mountain.
Well, you got to give people what you got, and then they can get it, and try to do your best. So.
Did you see the Bobby Portis stat line against the Wizards? No Dame, no Giannis.
No, what was it? Was it big?
34, 10, and 8 with 4 stocks on 81% true shooting.
And they said Bobby Portis was bad.
Wow.
They said he was stupid, idiot, loser player.
They said no one will ever trade for this guy. I bet the phone's ringing off the hook now.
Yeah. So, next time, wait. I don't even know.
Next time, fuck you. I don't have that many thoughts. If Giannis and Dame aren't playing, it's cool that, they beat the Wizards, I guess, but what's the freaking point?
Well, we got 18 from Chris Middleton against the Wizards.
Congrats.
And then we got 21. We got 21 against the Bulls, and then we got the 21 against the Nets.
Damn.
This guy is shooting really well from 3 lately. 4 of 6, 3 of 5, 3 of 6. So he's rounding back into shape. He's not screaming every time his ankles touch the ground.
That's good.
Yeah. So the Bucks, we got a little midseason momentum with the in-season tournament championship, and then we got our third banana back. So, and we got superstar performance out of Bobby Portis. Things are coming up green, and I'm not talking St. Patrick's Day.
Nice. That was really funny.
I said I'm not talking St. Patrick's Day.
That was really funny. That was really funny. Cause
do you? Well, hold on. Can we get a tone indicator?
I mean, what is that?
What do you mean? Tone in, for people on Tumblr who are autistic, they have tone indicators.
Is that a thing on Tumblr?
Yeah, it was like you'd put /S or something.
Oh, okay.
You would have to indicate sarcasm or serious or I don't know how are they actually using all of them? Are they being combative question indicator?
I have seen people use /S in general. Yeah, I was being sarcastic about the St. Patrick's Day.
Do you just not get it, or?
No, I get it. Because St. Patrick's Day is green. They wear green.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, like, there's a lot of green stuff. You could have said anything there. Would everything have been as funny?
Oh, okay. You tell a joke now.
I don't have
I did
a joke.
one. Now you do one.
I don't have a joke.
Do one.
The idea that I can't critique art without being able to produce it is, I mean, it's kind of reductive. It insulates everybody from criticism, you know? I don't think that's fair to be like, oh, you can't have an opinion. Do we have to play basketball to talk on this podcast now?
Well, we just have to produce something. Like
I've
both
been
of us,
Oh,
both of us aren't playing basketball. One of us just produced a joke.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Hey, you want to?
Can you produce something right now?
What were the 45 minutes before this podcast like?
Next question.
Oh man. Hey, I love you. That's all right. You know.
The
You're
real
sick.
question.
You're sick. It's a flu game.
Cobblers. Those are the producers of society.
Oh my God, yeah. CEOs, get them out of here. Cobblers, pay them $8 billion a year.
I wonder how much they make. Average cobbler.
Median cobbler income, side business, state of the cobble, state of the foot, maybe.
State of Kabul, Afghanistan.
State of Kabul. That's so funny. Oh my God.
All right, we got ZipRecruiter.
Okay.
So the average hourly pay for a cobbler in the U.S. is $53 an hour.
Hey, that's not bad at all.
They're probably not working that many hours, but still. Ooh, what's a cobbler heavy state? Okay, Washington State. We got a lot of cobblers.
You figure
up
it's
there.
where people are like walking around a lot, like outside, nature-y shit.
Yeah. So
Okay.
we got some cobbler jobs in Chicago.
You want to cobble together some heat talk?
Oh, okay. Well, no, that's not funny. I don't get that one.
Sorry. I'll be
That
more receptive.
sucks.
I'll be more receptive. I'm sorry.
'Cause cobbling. Oh.
The Heat 2-2 in their last 4. They beat the Nets. They lost to the Magic and the Thunder, and they beat the Magic as well. Jimmy Butler. Okay, yeah. So this is crazy. Actually, we haven't even talked about this at all. Jimmy Butler prefers out of Miami. Official Shams report. 6-time NBA All-Star Jimmy Butler prefers a trade out of Miami ahead of the February 6th deadline. Butler is open to trade destinations such as the Phoenix Suns, Golden State Warriors, Dallas Mavericks, and Houston Rockets. Multiple teams have called the Heat to express interest in the past 2 weeks, but Miami has not shown urgency in talks as the franchise monitors the first half of the season, sources said. Pat Riley, so that drops Christmas. Merry Christmas, Miami Heat fans. Pat Riley yesterday said, "We usually don't comment on rumors, but all this speculation has become a distraction to the team and is not fair to the players and coaches. Therefore, we will make it clear we are not trading Jimmy Butler."
Yep, he's staying, guys. We're getting Heat championship run this year. But yeah, not the biggest surprise in the world.
Mm-hmm.
It would have just
Well, his
been
agent was like, I mean, do you not trust his agent? That's like the most.
Oh, what did his
guy.
agent say? I missed it.
Well, Shams was like, Jimmy Butler might get traded, and then his agent was like, "Man, if you don't delete your tweets,
yeah." He's like, "You're a liar."
Even we already did this whole bit where last year Shams was like, he sprained his MCL, and his agent was like, "Fuck you. You're always making stuff up." And then like 8 hours later, it was like Jimmy Butler out for a month with a sprained MCL.
Yeah, I think they definitely were exploring the trades for him, but they were just like, this really is not realistic. So let's just put the kibosh, and we're not gonna be better off by trading him. So let's ride it out, and then maybe by the time he hits free agency, he'll be an old, decrepit old man, and no one will want him, and he'll be ugly and nasty, and we'll say, "We'll take you back, Jimmy."
we'll take you back, Jimmy. I don't think that'll happen. If they let this just go, I don't know why if he's not going to get the money he wants, I don't know why he would elect to stay in Miami.
Well, I think no one will give him the money, and so they might give him the best money at that point.
I don't
Or
even
they
know
might
if that's
just let him
true,
walk, I don't
though.
know.
Okay, let me think.
So he'll be a free agent after next season, right?
Yeah, at which point the Rockets, I mean, it'll be the thing with the Rockets, nobody wants to pay. You want these next 2 years of him because you don't know if he's going to be good
Yeah.
at 37. But the Rockets would have money to throw at him very short term. I don't know how that lines up with extensions they would be handing out to young guys, but I know Van Vliet's off the books after this year, right? And Brooks is the year after.
It would depend. I guess I'm counting on him being a visibly worse, diminished version of himself.
Yeah.
And extending Jimmy Butler right now is different than giving him a year contract at that point, when the season has started, because you're essentially paying him later to just ensure you have him right now, because we know he's still good right now. But if it gets to the point where he's just a free agent, and I guess he could definitely leave if it was comparable offers from Houston versus Miami, but also I think there is a chance where he's just a worse player, and then Miami's like, "Hey, Jimmy, we'll give you some money, not that money." He's like, "Whatever, I'll stay." I never wanted to leave.
Heat culture. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like.
Do you think he'll be angry the next couple of years?
Maybe. I feel like it's possible. I don't know.
I feel like he went into this knowing it wasn't gonna happen. This was an attempt at a power play.
Yeah.
But he didn't have that much leverage.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like he wants to be on a good team, and so I feel like.
Wait, what the heck? The Miami Heat are one of the hardest playing teams in the world.
Where'd you read that?
The Heat on their court.
I mean, if there's two things I know, it's that the Miami Heat work hard and play gritty, and the Denver Nuggets play at 5,280 feet in the air.
Yep.
And Milwaukee's Cream City, baby. Those are some good uniforms.
Oh, Cream Soda Zero. Haven't tried it yet. Guys, are there cobblers in your city, and have you tried the Cream Soda Zero? Should I get on it? Is it as good as the root beer?
Tyler Hero, game winner. I mean, what did he?
Oh, what a guy!
What did he have in that game? It was a very pure hooper game winner too. It was the Clippers guy was super happy about that like elbow.
Well, no, it's not enough for one guy to be taking mid-range shots. All of them have to be doing it
at the same time.
Yep.
Yeah, I like that. It's so insane. I don't know. I was going to save this for the Clippers segment tomorrow, but it's insane that explaining all of the stuff that Kevin Durant said, explaining the fact that it's cool to have the mid-range in the biggest moments of the game, but spacing makes everything exponentially easier, and that's why defenses look worse, is because it's incredibly difficult to cover all of these really good players. Explaining all of that to somebody who refuses to believe it unless it's said by one of the 8 best players on the planet, I don't know how that constitutes a good or productive discussion where afterwards I would be like, let me give this guy a follow. That's nice.
The people it's literal, it's actual psychosis. I was exposed to, so I posted a video about this guy and his back and forth with Kevin Durant. I was exposed to a new perspective about why people prefer mid-range shots. I thought it was as simple as Kobe was cool when he took mid-range shots, and now I feel like nobody's cool. Nobody's taking contested,
it's purely entertainment.
Footwork mid-range shots, and so I hate this. I got a bunch of comments that said, nope, it's pretty simple. The mid-range is a higher percentage shot, and I like to see shots go in. So I'm upset at three-pointers because so in their mind, like 38%, 39% from three versus 45% from mid-range, you're seeing more balls go through the hoop when mid-range shots are shot. So it's more fun.
That's so... And so, like, I wonder how those people internalize the fact that offense... we are making more shots than ever via spacing. It's easier as a whole to be like, okay, we take some shots that are lower efficiency, but it makes all of the easiest, most important shots in the game way easier to hit. Like, we're not shooting 45% from the field as a league in the playoffs anymore because of three-point shooting. I wonder how those people, like, internalize that.
I think they would just be simultaneously mad about that. The shots are easier, so it's less fun to watch.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
It's crazy watching this guy saying defense is better in Kevin Durant's rookie year in Seattle.
Yeah.
I pull up a game. Shaq is guarding. I don't even know who the guy is. Shaq is guarding somebody 10 feet away from the basket, and he's giving him a gap in because he's like, if I play up close to this guy, he's gonna blow by me. So I have to sag off the mid-range shooter, and then the guy hits him with a step back.
Cool. I mean,
awesome.
That's definitely something nobody is capable of in today's game. You know, you don't see Zubats if someone sags off him just fucking bury like an elbow jumper. It never happens.
Zubats guarding DeRozan. Let me give him about 3 feet of space. This guy will do some damage if I don't be careful.
All right, so yeah, Tyler Hero. It was a good game. It was a good game, and it was a game that guy should like, where it was like absolute fucking rock fight defense. Nobody scored anything. 89-88.
That's because players are bad, not because defense is good.
Yeah. That's my fault. It's because everyone forgot. Everyone's lost the art of basketball. In this game...
they're too busy gooning instead of looking up footwork.
That is such an insane take.
You didn't say that one.
Well, no, he said that, like...
Wait, I made that up. He said something like this.
There's like a one where it's like, young guys these days are too busy, like, looking at porn to, like, figure out how to do, like, post footwork. I swear that's something that guy said. What's his at? Let me look it up real quick.
I don't know. He's Clippard. He's not Clippard Darrell, is he? Clippard Jacob?
Let me go to Kevin Durant's.
Yeah, that's how I was finding him.
Okay.
But that's true though, because back in the day they were splooging into magazines, but you only have so much money to buy magazines.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to you get tired of that, so then you have nothing to do, so you put on the Michael Jordan footwork tape. You put on the Pete Maravich dribbling the ball between his legs, you know?
Yeah. Maybe I am. I swear I saw some tweet like this.
He's a big Jesus guy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that would make sense then, that he's talking about this stuff.
Yeah. He's someone also told me I think he's like a conservative, and he was mad at LeBron on election night for saying he's worried for his daughter.
Oh. Well, I mean,
he must be an abortion guy.
It's like the most predictable thing. Where it's just like all of these things for conservatives to like miss 2000s basketball. It's like hating immigrants. Like it's one of the most natural extensions of their beliefs.
I like football where I can't see the guys' faces. There's more white of them, and they're controlled by the coach. He keeps them in line.
Okay. Oh no, this is someone else. This is Hawks Draft Nerd. Okay.
He
tweeted.
I see that guy sometimes.
He tweeted, draft Twitter is a cesspool of arrogant kids who think they are smarter than everyone else because they can read stats, but don't actually watch basketball games because they are too busy watching porn because they are scared to talk to women.
He's not fully off base.
I mean, I guess. I quote tweeted it and I said, draft gooners rise up.
There are definitely some draft guys who lean too heavy into the statistical part and over the film part
and the jelking part.
And if the problem is if you're too deep into draft Twitter, it's all just psychos. It's all just like it's all Christian Bales. It's all people who think they're Christian Bale in the Big Short.
Yeah,
but they're just
it's all
a little out.
Hashtag Yoda.
Well, he's like that's one spectrum where like he doesn't know anything, but he's like there are guys who are like smart guys in theory, but they're just I'm gonna use stats to. I'm gonna look up a certain metric, find some obscure guy, and then I'm just gonna pump this guy.
Yeah,
like when Tyus Jones was top 10 in RPM in 2014 or whatever, and people were like, Tyus Jones,
so good. He's up next. Yeah, so it's like develop narrative with stats, find eye test that kind of matches it type deal.
And what's so funny is Kevin Durant is always so mad about and trashing NBA fans, and then you realize this is who he's talking about. This is what he's seeing on his Twitter.
Being upset with those guys, like if you're a guy who's always interacting angrily with those guys, and the algorithm's like, if I feed more of these guys to this person, I'll keep getting interactions. Being upset with those people, completely valid. It is not it's not a fun, good way to like talk about or exist in basketball spaces. And so, like, if that's what KD's algorithm is feeding him, it's just guys being like, I invented a metric, and it's the most annoying one. I have the new worst metric for everyone to get upset about. Being upset.
Well, I don't think Kevin Durant's seeing those kinds of nerds. I think he's just seeing casuals like the Clippers guy, like the angry 3-pointer man.
That's crazy. Because that's like Instagram. He's like an Instagram comment if they ran a Twitter.
Yeah. I just wish I could show Kevin Durant a Ben Taylor video and be like, hey, focus on this guy instead.
Because I know KD, like, he would like that.
Yeah.
Like, it's very, you don't have to even be like a dork, like dorky cleaning the glass, two white guys, us. Anybody who likes basketball would enjoy, like, the way that Ben Taylor explains why Tim Duncan was good or something. So, yeah. Drew Smith also tore his ACL. So, that's sad.
Moment of silence for Drew Smith and for Brian Thompson, the father and CEO of United Healthcare. I say father first.
Rest in peace. If you have kids, you can do whatever you want. Ain't that?
Well, it is. You can't do whatever you want, but you can't get mad at me for anything.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay. So the kids they don't really do anything for you, but they hinder other people from being upset. Okay. Yeah, I'm on board with that. You want to do, who's after the Heat?
Well, I don't know in the actual standings, but the Wizards have also gone 2-2.
Oh, I have the Hawks next. Hey, did you end up going on D-Lee's thing?
Oh no, he wasn't. He couldn't. I couldn't do last night, and he couldn't do today.
Damn.
So he said next time the Bulls come around.
Yeah,
hopefully they're not deplatformed by the time that comes around.
Yeah, that's why it wasn't a schedule thing. It was a principles thing.
Yeah.
He was like, "Do you want to come on my platform?" And you were like, "Nope."
No.
Sorry, man.
I'll talk. Real Madrid. I'm not talking Chicago Bulls.
The Hawks last 4 2-2 beat the Wolves, beat the Bulls, lost to the Spurs, lost to the Grizzlies. 50-point fourth quarter to complete the comeback versus the Chicago Bulls. Jalen Johnson 30 points, 15 rebounds, 75.
Is that okay? So when I open up my Twitter DMs, there was a request from someone in there, and it just said 50-point quarter. And I didn't open it up, and I was like, I wonder. At my first instinct, I was like, no way, Bryce dropped 50 in the fourth quarter.
You're such a.
But then,
You're so insane.
but I was like, I don't know what that's from. And then I was like, oh, it must be from a Bulls game.
Yeah. The Hawks did drop 50 in the fourth to win.
That's good.
Levine had 22 in the third quarter.
Oh yeah, I was watching the Bears game last night. Just getting so
that was the
first
most Chicago I've ever heard you. Oh my god!
I was watching.
You said I was watching.
Accent-wise,
I was watching a Bears game last night.
I get an alert on my phone. It's like Javon Carter has made 6 3-pointers in the first quarter. I'm like, okay. And then I get one. I'm watching the Bears game, and it's 6-3. No, it's the worst football game I've ever seen in my entire life. I get another update later. Zach LaVine has dropped 30 or 22 in the third quarter alone. I'm like, what is going on here? I didn't realize they were playing the Hawks, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
As the great Jackson Frank would say. Actually, it's different this year. What are the Hawks' defense overall? Last year, Jackson Frank said that the Hawks and the Pacers maybe were a pyramid scheme designed to inflate everyone else's numbers because every game would just be 160 to 170.
I don't think the Hawks have been. I mean, we talked about it in the episode where we were like the best defense Trae Young has ever had. I have here. Let me see. I'm on NBA.com right now. Defensively on the year, the Hawks are.
They're 18.
Oh, so they've slid. I mean, after
no, I think on the year that might be up from where they were. Let's check last 10.
I feel like after we did the after they beat the Knicks, they lost like 3 straight.
Yeah. So they're 16th in the last 10. What if I go?
I feel like if you went like November through December 5th or whatever, I feel like they were like 12th defensively.
Well, last 8 they went down again. What if I go last 4?
I wish the NBA stuff is so unusable, but I wish on the site if they just had, you know how like when you book a flight or something, how it's like 2 calendars and you just select dates and like they give you like I mean, do you know about that at all?
Honestly, I've never booked my own flight.
It's fine.
I've never flown. Well, as a kid, I did a different one, but I've only ever flown on Southwest.
Oh, that's interesting. But essentially, when you book a flight on Google, at least, it gives you like a calendar, and you could click like December 5th and then December 10th, and it'll highlight those days, and it'll show you flights that are like round trip for those days. But if the NBA did it, and you could just select like December 5th through December 10th, and it would just show you like the team's defensive rating or like a player's stats for those days. That would be really great. That would be sick. That's kind of how Basketball Reference does it. If you click like in the game log.
Wait, you want the team stat or individual stat?
Either. I mean,
well, so they're on when you do the advanced filters, there is date range. I could do date range.
Yeah, I'm just saying like this expedites the date range where if you have like the calendar and you can just click the days, you don't have to like go find the specific dates and like type.
You're talking UI.
Yeah, exactly.
We're just a couple guys talking UI.
Just a couple guys talking UI. Talking
and
interface.
So the thing is, in India, they didn't have street names. So Google Maps, they faced an uphill battle trying to put their service in there. Because how does that work without street names? So they sent a team to India to find out how people get around. And they have there were 3 principles. I'll forget them all now, but it was basically heavily landmarked based directions. It would be like go to that store
and turn left.
Go to the left, then at that store turn right or whatever. And I think they always orient it with the water too or something like that. Mm-hmm. But that's basically, so if you use Google Maps in India, it's different than here, than in America, which that I would be better at. I don't know streets.
Yeah. I mean, I just go where the line tells me to go, really.
I'm a landmark guy. Yeah. People I'll tell you what, hey, you wanna get someone over 40 upset? tell them you don't know streets. tell them you don't know which highway you drove in on into town.
It's the most insane thing that you used to be able to tell someone an address and they would be able to figure out just with the numbers and no Google or anything where it was.
I don't know how people did anything in the past.
No. I mean, it's insane. Okay, so Jalen Johnson, 30 points, 15 rebounds, 75% true shooting.
Oh, what a guy.
Trae Young, 27 points, 13 assists, 67% true shooting.
Oh, what a guy.
And,
let me pull up Trae Young's numbers.
DeAndre Hunter, 26 off the bench as well. I forgot to mention that one.
Oh, what a guy.
What a
Six
guy.
man? Six Modi?
He might be 6 Modi. I don't know.
Is he better than Pritchard?
I feel like he has been lately, just because the Celtics have been so ass without Tatum on the floor. Although it's not like DeAndre Hunter is like, he's just finishing plays. It's not like he's like carrying a backup unit as an engine.
So December for Trae Young is 23, 4, and 12 on 56% true shooting. So we're still not up there. And yeah, he hasn't had a big time 3-point shooting month. He has a big time 3-point shooting day. You know what? Guess which day?
Probably when they played the Bulls?
No, like literal day of the week.
Oh, maybe like Thursday?
So Thursday he's decent. Thursday he's only played 2 games on Thursday, so small sample size, but he does shoot 41%.
Mm-hmm.
But on Sundays he's played 4 games. That's 41% as well. So that's double the sample actually.
He's a man of God.
Yep. And on Fridays, 7 games, he's shot 37%. It's really Wednesdays and Mondays that are holding him down. He shoots inexplicably poor on Monday and Wednesday. He's shooting 26 and 23% over 13 games.
Damn.
So
he's like
can
Garfield.
we figure that out? Yeah, he's literally Garfield. And on Sundays, 68% true shooting.
Damn, he doesn't get the Sunday scaries. That's interesting. For a guy who hates Mondays that much, Sundays he's chill.
I feel like he wouldn't like lasagna.
No, he's pretty thin. I mean, he's kind of skinny, and so lasagna is like a bulk food. I feel like if you eat enough lasagna, you'll be a big fella.
Yeah, you'll be OG Anunoby. I bet he's eating his share of lasagna.
Do you have any other Hawks thoughts?
Let's see. So who else have they played besides the redacted team?
They beat the Wolves. Oh, their win over the Wolves. I mean, I haven't gotten a chance to really look at it, but it was like a spiraling Wolves loss and a good bounce back win for the Hawks. I remember that.
So they won against the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Minnesota!
Garrison Matthews had a career best 7 3-pointers off the bench against the Minnesota Timberwolves. So that was huge. Oh, that was the game where Dyson Daniels had 8 steals. What a freak.
I love Dyson Daniels.
But I think that's all I got on those guys.
Good.
Whoa. Browns and Deshaun Watson agreed to restructure deal.
Hey, need to restructure his living arrangement.
How bad you gotta be? Why would he even agree to that?
It's probably like if I was fucking scamming a team out of millions of dollars, I would want it to be like, all right, give me $4 million a year now. I'll live frugal in Cleveland, Ohio. And then later down the line, in reality, I would love it if I could be Bobby Bonilla. That would be like, that's the dream. Where it's like every year I get $2 million from the New York Mets to fuck off, go somewhere else. And then I would just live that life, you know? I'd live off the fucking interest at $2 million. I'm in Fukuoka, Japan, hitting the vending machines up for every meal. $2 million a year in my bank account. Oh, man.
Oh, by the way, I might be winning the lottery tonight.
Yeah.
So if that happens,
Are we
pod's
done?
over.
Pod's
Yeah.
over? You would end the
Yeah.
pod?
Yeah.
You seem
I
like a
did.
guy who could not function with nothing in his life.
Well, no. Oh, no. That's how I want to live. I literally want nothing. But the pod would keep going
Mm-hmm.
because I would be too nervous that it would be, because I don't want anyone to know I won the lottery.
Yeah.
And so I would have to keep everything going so no one suspects it.
That's so hilarious. That's what you think people would think if the pod ended.
Well,
He won the lottery. We have to find him and kill him.
It'd be a little convenient if
Yeah,
if
dude.
it ended after tonight. And I was literally, when I buy a lottery ticket, I think I'm gonna win. I'm like
Yeah.
100% convinced I'm gonna win right now. Same thing when I fill out a March Madness bracket. I'm like,
Hey, I'm gonna
Oh,
make the perfect
no.
one.
I'm literally gonna have to go on the news and talk
Fuck.
about this. This is a disaster.
Yeah. All right. Well, if you win and you don't financially support me in the most meager way possible, if you don't support me as like the equivalent to like a monk in a monastery, like I get like an empty room and gruel, you're a bad friend.
I'll give you $60K for an NDA.
Okay, I'm on board with that. No question.
Never talk about me ever again.
What is it? What's it? 977. So probably like 500 mil after taxes.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It's like $1 billion. So,
Hey,
so
60K annually. I need it. I'm not. It's not a one-time payment.
Oh crap! All right, I might just hire someone to kill you.
Hey.
So realistically,
Mm-hmm.
I would hire us an editor.
Oh, God
So if
damn
we
it.
have an editor, that means I won the lottery.
Okay. All right. Hey, when the production value spikes, guys, just know. Maybe
And-
when do they do the drawing? My dad has a ticket, so he'll win. You've muted yourself, genius.
You could keep all the Patreon money.
Oh, yeah, we're here.
You can download an app on. I didn't go to the store. I got it on my phone.
I should have known. Jeez, you're like Bubble Boy. The Pacers 3-1 in their last 4.
So fella can't use the World Wide Web anymore.
The Pacers 3-1 in their last 4. Lost to the Thunder, and then they beat the Jazz, the Lakers. Oh wait, no, they beat the Warriors, Kings, and Suns. I was looking at a different team. I didn't write anything down. I just said close, competitive loss to the Thunder. Still feels better than the direction they were moving in a few weeks ago. Even though, shit, Tyrese Halliburton game. You gave up. Shea torched you for 45. Gave up like 120 to an offense that has been pretty hit or miss. But these guys were losing to the Raptors a few weeks ago. So 3-1 with a competitive loss. Who cares?
Were people making fun of Shea on Twitter for tying his career high of 45?
A little. I had a bunch of people get mad because the first time he did it this season, I was like, his career high is 45, and people were like, "Oh, you're a fucking hater." Wow, and I was just genuinely shocked. Like whenever there's, I think Kawhi's is like 49 or something. Whenever there's a guy that like
really?
you know is like a very talented scorer and they don't have like a 50, 55 point game, whatever, it's just surprising. And Shea is one of those guys that like this is clearly one of the best scorers in the league. It's surprising that he hasn't hit 50 ever.
Yeah, I don't even think Bryce is at 30, which is crazy.
Yeah,
but
that's different. He's actively being schemed against. I think Dagnall likes Shea.
Yeah, I asked Santa Claus to eliminate Will Hardy. Didn't.
Hey,
didn't
we
come
win the
through.
lottery. Who knows?
I think he's not real. Oh, if I win the lottery, I might be having dinner with Danny Ainge and Dwayne Wade. Let's get this guy out of here. So hey, I'm calling up Tanya Harding. Wait, is she the one who got attacked, or did she do the attacking?
I don't even remember. Oh, my girlfriend meant to ask, are you Do you follow Amberlyn Reed drama online?
No. Who's Amberlyn Reed?
Because you guys have like very similar YouTube. Like,
Yeah.
because you knew all the drama about the Blake Lively thing. You guys have
Yeah.
like very similar stuff. Amberlyn Reed is like
Oh,
she was like a
no.
girl who was on My 600-Pound Life, I think.
I can't. Yeah, I can't. I just looked her up. I can't watch that kind of stuff.
Wow, fat phobic. Damn.
I literally, if it physically pains me to watch like severely obese people just eating like entire table, like mukbanging or whatever. I can't
Yeah.
handle those.
Well, I mean, it's like watching like Josh Block fucking slam.
I can't watch him either.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's an addiction that like there's an industry profiting off of, and so I'm like, I'm good. I don't really care.
there. I love pimple popping videos. I love earwax removal. I love scraping barnacles off whales. I can't do that stuff. I can't do Ash Trevino.
I don't even know who that is. Do you have any Pacers thoughts? I mean, let's.
Wait, Ash Trevino is the talk of the town. She's the woman who's been live streaming on TikTok, and she like is 30. She's like 35 or something. She dated a 19-year-old on stream. She's like doxed herself on stream. She has used a vibrator on stream, not on camera. She like gets in fights on stream and abused, and it's actually psychotic. She needs to have her
So you
children
can watch
take it
that,
away,
but you
baby.
can't watch a mukbang.
I don't want. I only see the videos of other people talking
Yeah.
about it. Brianna chicken fry, a lot of drama there. But the Pacers, they lost to OKC after beating 3 straight West play-in teams. Who was it? It was Phoenix, Golden State, and one other guy.
The Pacers, Warriors, Kings, Suns.
Kings, yeah.
So I mean, fake playing team, but still.
Oh, they're a really good team. They're just in transit right now with their coaching. So Halliburton only had 4 points, and he had a playoff Halliburton game where he only took 6 shots in total. He was 2 for 6.
Bro, give
So
us a
that's
3 for 18.
annoying.
Empty the fucking clip, dude.
Let it fly, you fraud coward.
I mean, seriously. I know you like all your teammates and you're a good passer, but come on.
And everyone else showed up in this game. Andrew Nemhard had 23, 9, and 7. Siakam
What
had a
a
good
guy.
game. Mathurin had a good game. And Nemhard's been good for like the past 5 games or so.
I'm
But
starting to think he might just be good.
yeah, he's what kind of who's a comparable player who's just like the skill set is microwave scorer, who does it like decently efficiently, but still plays that kind of. Is he the modern J.R. Smith, or was J.R. better defensively?
I feel like J.R. Smith's microwave scorer and defensive, like, I feel like he probably was better at both individually at different points in his career. And maybe he was this caliber of microwave scorer in Cleveland. Maybe I'm looking through Henny-colored glasses, looking at the 2018 Game 1 and being like, how could that guy do anything? But I feel like his best defense and his best offense came at very separate points. Like if you think back to like Knicks, J.R. Smith, defensively, could do it. Great athlete. I mean, you think about Nuggets, J.R. Smith, insane fucking lob dunk guy. Like he has genuinely some of the most insane in-game dunks I've ever seen. But offensively with the Bulls, they're just hot hand catch and shoot type of guy.
What's interesting is so JR was a fantastic athlete, but he never got to the free throw line.
Yeah.
Mathurin, his rookie year, he peaked at 5.8 attempts, which is a ton for a rookie. He's been down, but he's still at 4.7 free throw attempts per game.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a unique trait in a role play in these kinds of guys, because usually they don't have that part of the game locked up. But he actually is capable of driving to the rim and drawing foul. Let me see what he's actually shooting at the rim. He's an interesting.
Also, I did
psycho.
think we were talking about Nemhard when I was talking about J.R.
Oh.
Smith defensively. J.R. Smith, better defender than Mathurin, yes.
Okay, so Mathurin only shoots 62% at the rim, so not crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think, and JR was probably a better shooter. Well, at his peak, he was really.
We have
really
a sample
letting him play.
size of him being a way better shooter. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but Matherin's a legit piece. Like, he's not
Mhm.
just basketball terrorist. But the. So yeah, they really need. If they just had normal Tyrese Halliburton, they would have won, but they didn't. So, I saw that in this game, in 35 minutes, Halliburton scored 4 points. In the final 36 seconds, Shea had 6 points. So he outscored him in 36 seconds. He got Tracy McGrady'd.
Fuck.
30 games in, the Pacers have this. We have bad news or we have good news.
Mm-hmm.
The bad news is 30 games in, the Pacers have the second toughest remaining schedule in the league. The good news, their fans are excited about it because they're like, hey, we play up to the competition. We're more at risk of losing to the Raptors and guys like that.
Yeah.
So they're not super duper worried about it.
Maybe they should be. I don't know.
Well, we'll see. And was this game? Never mind.
Never mind. Hey, we got some sick fucks below the Pacers.
Oh my God, we forgot to do lobbyist request again.
I know. I was thinking about that. Maybe next Wednesday we do a phone call episode.
Yeah,
Okay. 146. The Bulls. Oh yeah, the Bulls. 1-3, last 4, beat the Celtics, lost to the Celtics, Bucks, and the Hawks. Are we platforming them?
Shove them off.
Shove them off the platform, pirate style, baby.
It's Final Destination.
Whoa! What Rube Goldberg machine took them out
What is that?
in Final Destination?
Oh wait. What's the Super Smash Bros. Map?
Oh, that might be one. I don't know the Smash Bros. Maps by name.
Okay. No,
I was thinking
it's just a big platform in space.
Yeah. I think that sounds familiar. I was thinking the movies where it's like they escape death.
Film guy versus video game guy.
Yep. Those are fun movies. Those seem like movies you would like.
But the problem is, I never saw them, and I've seen way too much of them on TikTok to actually sit down and watch them.
So after the Bulls, what are we at? 140, 148, we'll call it. Les Pistons. Hey, this is a fun team to talk about, actually. They're kind of doing some shit lately. 3-1 in their last 4. They lost to the Jazz, and then since then they've beaten the Lakers, the Suns, and the Kings. Huge comeback versus the Kings last night. 20-point comeback. Jaden Ivey, game-winning and 1 3-pointer. Is he back? I mean, what's Paolo done lately, you know?
Is he better than Keegan? Oh, I bet you wish you drafted him now, Kings Fist.
Yeah.
He's up in the war.
Keegan has been fucking bad this year, dude. Yeah. So Jaden Ivey, last 3 games, so he was ass from 3 for a while. Last 3 games, 19.6 rebounds, 3 assists, 64% true shooting, 9 of 17 from 3 over over those 3 game spans. I wonder, has Keegan Murray gone 9 of 17 in a 3 game span this season, at least?
This season, I don't know.
He's been so bad from 3 this year.
He's been roughing it. He's backpacking across Bosnia Herzegovina.
Damn. We don't need to focus on him though. Cade Cunningham, All-Star?
All-Star could be an All-Star. I would bet he. Well, wait. No, because fan voting is only for starters, right?
Yeah, and you figured probably Dame and
But how does that even work this year? Is it just gonna be 10 guys?
I
Because
don't
they're
know.
separated, right?
Are they not doing coach voting? What do you mean?
Well, aren't they separated into like 4 All-Star teams?
Yeah, I think the fans vote for. I think the fan and the coach thing will still work the same, and there will just be pools of guys that you can draft from. So, like you can draft the starters. I assume they will do those guys first.
I have to blow my nose.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll glaze Cade. 26 points. So over the last 8 games, 26 points, 12 assists, 7 rebounds, 52% from 3 on 3.6 pull-up attempts per game. So among guys attempting at least 3 pull-up threes a game, he is number 1 in the league over that span at that 52% mark. He's been insane. Just like very, very solid offensively. In a setting that like they're not ass, and they have weapons. I mean, Malik Beasley just became the league leader in 3 points made this year. He overtook Anthony Edwards, and so like they have guys who can finish plays and do things. I like Jalen Duren as a lob threat most of the time, even though he's not very good at other stuff. But they are not a stable offensive setting by any means. Like it's still a lot of shit can go wrong, and it routinely comes back to just like Cade, make something happen, and he's done that extremely well recently. Obviously the closeout of the Suns game, I don't know exactly what he put up in the fourth quarter, but he had some incredible plays over Kevin Durant that led to some serious glazing by KD in the post-game press conference where he called Cade like an all-star, one of the league's best young players, all that shit. And so, yeah, I do think he should be an all-star this year, especially given how he is good defensively. He makes so many plays on defense. Like, I don't know. I don't have stats for that. Just when I watch, I'm always like, damn, dude, it's hard to, like, get the ball once you're over half court. He makes it difficult to, like, get to the wing and shit. And, I mean, once guys are downhill, it's not like they have a ton of support. But yeah, he's just good. The more I watch him, the more I like Cade Cunningham.
Mid-range maestro. Is he saving the game?
Well, it's not enough for one guy to do it. We need Jalen Duren taking those.
We need Jaden Ivey. If Jaden Ivey's not taking mid-range pull-ups, I will kill myself. Yeah, 26, 6, and 11 in December. That's double-digit assists for this guy.
That's Trae Young stuff. I mean, with rebounds and defense.
The fuck?
The fuck?
How many turnovers is that? What's 36 divided by 9?
36.
Is it 4?
Yeah.
Is it so? Not terrible. What alert did I just get? Oh no, soccer's out for 2 months.
Cool. State of the Premier League.
No, stay to the prim.
We did. My girlfriend said that'd be a funny April Fool's joke, was to just like April Fool's State of the League, and then like we're just like a blistering 3-0 win over the Scobbendoppers.
The hogwash for Tottenham as they lose to Burnley 4-3. The set pieces just aren't working. They need more dynamic build-up play and counter-attacking.
Oh man.
Ooh, I'm on. So, ESPN has, when you pull up the Pistons schedule, it has their ticket prices linked.
Okay.
They say there's tickets as low as. Guess what the lowest price is for any game?
$4.
$6.
Hey, that's pretty damn good.
Guess who?
The Bulls.
No, the Brooklyn Nets.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, wait a second. They've beaten all the same teams Indiana has.
What the heck?
What in the freaking heck? So this win streak literally takes place in the same universe as the Indiana
Wait, no,
Pacers.
the Pistons beat the Lakers, the Pacers beat the Warriors.
Oh, okay. All right, different uni.
Alternate timeline. You know, like it's like Bat Fleck versus our Pat Fleck.
I never saw a Ben Affleck Batman movie.
Me neither.
Was
I
it
haven't
good?
seen any of the Zack Snyder stuff.
But yeah, it's actually nuts that Malik Beasley leads the league in that. How is he the only role player taking that many? Well, no, I guess.
No,
I guess Peyton
almost
Pritchard is
certainly
taken.
not.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's just been genuinely really solid pickup for them. The only other thing I wrote down was this version of the Pistons, like under like mid-Eastern Conference, this Pistons team fighting for play-in seeding. That's about where I expected them to be this season. So yeah, I would feel solid if I'm a Pistons fan. Cade looks great. Stuff is coming along. Asar Thompson minutes are ramping up, I believe.
Oh, what a guy!
Yeah, and so I mean Duran, I don't fucking know, but you got some good stuff, and there's not really any expectations moving forward. So anything good you get is fine.
The Pistons have won 3 straight games for the first time in 998 days.
What is
How
that?
many years is that? Is that like almost 2.5, 3?
Let me see. 998 divided by 365 equals 2.7 years.
Wow. So
Damn.
the Drummond days, we're saying.
I don't even know. I feel like Drummond's been out for a fat minute.
Yeah, I don't even know.
What is that, like
But-
2020? So 1 year ago is 23, 24. 2 years ago is 22, 23. So that's like 2021, 22. So, I mean, Killian Hayes days. Dark days. Scary days.
Where is Killian Hayes now?
Out of the league.
Is he playing in Europe?
I don't know if he's playing in Europe, but he ain't playing in the NBA. And
Killian Hayes
that's the state of the league.
2 days ago, quote, "You can't take everything off the internet."
Okay.
Oh, wait, I think he's saying this like, you don't believe everything you see about me. But I thought he was literally saying like, yeah, I wish I could take some of my bad stats and games off the internet. Oh, okay, so he's playing with the Long Island Nets.
Oh yeah, because they were running Ben Simmons, Killian Hayes minutes for a second there.
Oh, that's epic.
All right. Hey, speak of the Nets. Oh wait, we have to do the Sixers. My fault. Do you have any final thoughts on the Pistons?
No, I think I'm okay. Shout out Jaden Ivey. Malik Beasley called him an all-star. Should I vote for him?
Hey, that's your God-given right. I don't care who you vote for. I just say vote.
If I won the lottery, there might be a phantom Jaden Ivey all-star campaign being pushed.
That'd be cool. Hey, if you win the lottery, you could pay BTS to be like, vote Jaden Ivey.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the K-pop
I
element.
genuinely feel like that's the strat, is to be like, if you had the money, that would be like one of the most impactful ways to do it.
That would be huge. I wonder if the girl groups have the same momentum. I wonder if I could reach out to Gio from Twice, maybe.
All right, the 76ers. Let me timestamp this bitch.
Your favorite girl group singer song, they sing it, they scream it twice.
Shut up. The
They did a
76ers.
song with Megan Thee Stallion.
76ers. The 76ers. 3-1 in their last 4. They beat the Celtics, the Spurs, the Hornets, and they lost to the Cavs. Now, what were you gonna say?
Twice did a song with Megan Thee Stallion, and it was good.
Wow. That's the state of the league. I'm doing like a
We're
Stone
the
Cold bit.
originators, global entertainers. Your favorite girl group singer song, they scream it twice.
Do you like basketball?
Yep. The Sixers.
No. You like it, but you're not good at it. Damn, do you even watch the show, dude? Jeez.
I watched the highlights.
I watched the highlights. I watched the TMNT bit back, but the rest of it kind of, it's background noise.
The Sixers. They beat. We already talked about them a little bit. They beat the Celtics on Christmas Day in front of everybody.
Yeah, in front of Lucky.
Paul George's shooting percentage and his 3-point percentage are the lowest posted in his career.
Ass.
So
Ass
let's figure.
alert, major. Ass alert, major.
Let's figure that one out, Paul George. Just 2-hour podcast. I think you should play better.
Yeah, I think you might want to take a look at that. You might want to pop the hood on that one, Paul George.
So, Tyrese Maxey yelled at the Celtics bench, "Get Sam Hauser out of the game," and then he got
Goddamn.
removed for Jaylen Brown.
God damn. Joe Mazzulla just straight up is like, that's good advice. Like, he doesn't even interpret it as, like, being mean. He's just, oh, thanks. Damn, I didn't think about that.
But yeah, the Sixers, Joel Embiid is finally playing multiple games, and he's dominating per usual. He had the scary injury. He had the scary fall before the game. But
That was crazy.
But he got back up. He's so unlucky.
I know. But he does play through shit. Like, there's a lot of people who would A, be retired right now, and B, would not play, like, would average. Like, people say he doesn't play now. Like, if he was not as pain tolerant as he is, I feel like he would be like 35 games a year.
Yeah, it's like after every game he has to go get his muscles wringed out like a towel.
Yeah.
And they're dripping out pain.
They do like a Doc Ock Spider-Man 2. You know when the needles go into his spine in that movie? That's what happens to Embiid before every game, just for him to play. That's being tough.
Oh, same thing happened with Mark Burley.
I don't know who that is.
So he was a pitcher for the White Sox. He didn't have great velocity, but he had great command and great stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And his thing was he was actually the fastest pitcher by game time. So he would get the ball and just throw a pitch right away. And so his games were routinely shorter than everyone else's. And it actually worked in his favor because it threw off the batter's rhythm.
That's pretty cool.
Yep. And George Lopez wore his jersey once on the George Lopez show.
Go White Sox.
Go Sox.
How are they
No.
platformed, but the Bulls aren't?
They are not platformed. They're the worst team in history.
Hey, okay, whatever. You have any Sixers thoughts?
Nothing game changing right now.
Yeah.
Yabusele's good.
He is good. So it's cool to see him back in the league. Nets, I literally don't have a thing written down for him, so that's tough. Last 4, 2-2. Beat the Bucks, the Raptors, and then they lost to the Jazz and the Heat. I saw Ben Simmons cooked a little bit. He's been playing all right.
Hey, it helps when they're doubling you.
I guess, yeah. Guy who can only pass. Hey, what if we left one of his teammates open?
Cam Johnson has now made multiple threes in 10 straight games.
You know, Brook Lopez is the franchise leading scorer for the Nets.
Is he really all time?
Yeah. I mean, watch a fucking Bucks game. You'll learn that that's true and that he used to not shoot threes.
Well, and he's a twin. And did you know he loves Disneyland?
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know the Disneyland part genuinely.
Really? That's like their big thing. They go to, or maybe it's Disney World. They go to Disney World
okay.
all the time. They're those kinds of guys.
Yeah. You see how I got confused?
Yeah. Have you ever been there?
I've been to Disney World a couple of times.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. I don't like judging
goon to
people
it?
for the stuff that they like. And like most Disney adults, it's not hurting people to be cringe. But when I'm at like I went to Disney probably 2 years ago, and just like the kind of people that like patron like they're there, it is insane. It's like an insane crowd of people. And I remember I went on they have a Guardians of the Galaxy ride there now, and it was pretty sick. It was a fun ride, but in the queue, there was like people who had ridden it so much that like for like the pre-ride, they have like a video that plays where I don't know, Chris Pratt or someone, maybe it's Terry Crews, is like, "You're in the Star Force now," and like the people have gone on the ride so much that they can like respond to him in real time with like their own quirky bits that like the rest of the like they're hamming it up for the captive audience that is the rest of the people on the ride, and I hate those people so much.
Oh. We just got a huge alert. It's not Nets related, but it's basketball related.
Okay.
Kawhi Leonard is targeting a January 4th return.
Oh my God.
Against the Atlanta Hawks.
Jalen Johnson versus Kawhi. Let's see who the real forward is.
Dyson Daniels, who's the real defender.
Exactly. Great Barrier Thief versus the Claw. We're going to get reverse curse technique out of this. This is like, the same energy, just slamming into each other.
Look, my hand is big like Kawhi's too.
That's how his hand looks in real normal life. It's not forced perspective.
No, this is me, how mine looks normal.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Why are you doing that with your finger? Stop.
This would have looked like if I was guarding you.
That's what it would look like. This is POV. You're Moses Malone. My hand's far. No.
POV. I'm Moses from the Bible. Part.
POV. I'm Job from the Bible. Damn. My kids and my animals, my farm. What the heck?
Nets fans, comment down below which passage of the Bible is your favorite, and are there cobblers in Brooklyn? Certainly there have to be.
There
right?
has to be. The hipster population?
Ben Simmons' free throw numbers in his last 3 games. 5 of 6. 2 for 3.
Holy shit.
2 for 2.
Holy fuck. That's insane. He would be a good role player if he was not on that. Like, when he's off the contract, I want to see him again. I like Ben Simmons. He's fun. Unique talent.
I like him. I've given up on him ever being impactful in the playoffs, sort of, unless it's like playing bigger minute. He would essentially just be Kyle Anderson.
Mm-hmm.
But if I could make a ray that heals all back injuries, I would make it and I'd shoot him with it.
That'd be cool. All right, Doofenshmirtz.
Yep, and a heal backinator. But yeah, the Nets are just kind of in limbo. They're like the Bulls, but I'm not angry at them, so I won't deplatform them. But it's just waiting time. It's just please get Dorian Finney-Smith out of here. Get Cam Johnson
if this
out
was
of
a 2K rebuild, you sim to the deadline.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. All right, Hornets. Damn. Last 4 0-4. Lost to the Rockets, Sixers, and the Wizards twice. 2 losses to the Wizards is fucking crazy. I won't lie. And the only thing I wrote down for them is LaMelo struggling heavily as a scorer since returning from injury. He's 39% from the field in 4 games since he came back, and 15 of how many 3-point attempts do you think?
In how many games?
I think 4. But now that I'm saying it out loud, I don't know. Let's call it 4.
71.
Holy shit! No, 50 in 4 games.
Oh. I was on the Brandon Miller timing.
Yeah, 15 for 50. 2 very productive games as a passer. 13 assists versus the Wizards with only 1 turnover, and then 11 assists versus the 76ers. But yeah, just I don't think he's like 100% as far as health goes. Probably just like fighting through the injury because they were in like not awful position when he went down, right? I swear they were like kind of being competitive
in the standings.
Yeah,
I don't know.
But regardless, I mean,
I don't know record-wise. In my mind, the entire time they've been kind of screwed. What has Brandon Miller been doing lately? Let me see.
I have no idea. I didn't write it down.
So Brandon Miller, 12 threes, 7 threes, 15 threes, 9 threes. So he's okay. He's up and down. There was some. Did you see on Twitter last week there was some Brandon Miller versus Jalen Green arguments?
Brandon Miller versus Jalen Green?
They were saying that he's basically the same as Jalen Green. and that people should be meaner about him.
Yeah. I almost got into that because okay, so to me the the big difference is the path to Brandon Miller being a good supporting piece is so much clearer than it is for Jalen Green. Even if they're both mid right now, which I don't even really like. If Brandon Miller was on the Rockets, would that not be sick?
The thing is, like, yeah, he has one, like, for sure bankable skill with the 3-point shooting.
Mm-hmm.
That Jalen Green, they're different types of players, but yeah, I know, I don't know. It was. I understand the point that guy was making, but
it's a very advanced numbers comparison to me, where it's like this guy saw someone everyone likes with the same number as someone everyone hates, and was like, huh. How about that? But then, yeah, they're just like, it doesn't. Cam Thomas versus Jalen Green, I understand why we're having a discussion like that. But Brandon Miller, no, not really.
yeah, I think Brandon Miller's better defensively, and he's a better 3-point shooter. And then he has less creation upside. But at this point, is the upside even there for Jalen Green? TBD.
Damn. Michael Malone on the Kings firing of Mike Brown, when apparently Brown was in his car on the way to the airport for the next Kings game. Mike Malone said, "No class, no balls."
Wait, he was in Mike Malone's car? Or
No,
he was in his
no.
own car?
I assume Mike Brown was in Mike Brown's car going to the airport for a Kings game.
Okay, what kind of car?
Honda CRV.
Is there a table in there?
I don't think so.
I saw a video of a guy at like a junkyard or whatever, at like a car dump, and he's like, "Yo, was that a CRV? Let me get the table. There's got to be a table." And then he went in the trunk, and they had a table.
Huh. That's
I
insane.
don't know if it comes with the car or whatever. So, guys, comment down below if there's a cobbler in your city.
Mm-hmm.
What was the other thing?
I don't even remember.
And then if there's a table in your CRV.
All right. Let's wrap this up. Raptors.
Yeah.
Hey! Oh my God, I'm a goat.
Okay. Okay.
2-12. I have to burp. Oh God, the Raptors. Oh jeez. They are 0-3, and I assume they're 0-4 in their last 4. Oh yeah, they got blown out by the Grizzlies last night. Really good jersey matchup. Very pretty, but ugly game as far as competition goes. Darko Rajakovic? How do you say his last name?
I think that's it.
I can't hear you. Sweet. We're lagging. Two and a half hours into the pod.
Oh, can you hear me now?
I think so. Say something.
All right, we're on mega delay. But yeah, I think you said the name right.
All right. The only thing I wrote down for them was the update on Quickly's injury. Tell me how much confidence this inspires in you that he's close to returning. It said, while there's no exact timetable for his return, Quickly remains focused on contributing in any way he can, both on and off the court. His time observing from the sidelines has offered him a fresh perspective on the game, and he's eager to apply those lessons when he steps back into action.
I could be back tomorrow with new lessons. I'm pumped. I'm excited. Yeah, honestly, I forgot about him, but yeah, even if he comes back, I don't know how much things are changing, but you do kind of need to see what you have in him as a young player. But RJ has been playing well again. In December, he's 25, 8, and 6 on 60% true shooting, so he's back. I wonder how many of those games took place in Canada, though, because he's Canada merchant.
Yeah.
They gave up 155 points to the Grizzlies. They lost their 9th straight, and they fell to 1-14 on the road. So nobody can play outside Canada. And then, yeah, their coach, he got ejected. He was freaking out.
He was.
And I see a lot of talk from Raptors fans. They say, This is not our guy for the future. This is just our tanking guy. So, I don't know. I don't know if that's valid or not.
Me neither. The Wizards. Let me see. 2-14? All right. Wizards 2-2 in their last 4. Beat the Hornets twice, lost to the Bucks and the Thunder. Jordan Poole, game winner, kind of. Late 3-point dagger versus the Hornets. Step back 3. It was super cool. Alex Sarr, 3 of 5 from 3. Literally 7-foot Steph Curry. Literally Wemby Light. Bilal.
He has made 43% of his threes in the last 10 games.
That's no. I mean, hey, if he wasn't a baby, Atlanta would have took him number 1 overall. But I'm glad he was, because the Wizards would have took Ricochet, and that would be a fucking disaster. Bilal, 20.6 rebounds, 5 assists. Bad efficiency, but he got 8 free throws. That's what superstars do. They get to the line, baby.
Booyah.
Oh, my God. Last 6 games for Bilal. 19.7 rebounds, 5 assists, 56% true shooting, 36% from 3 on 7 attempts a game. And they're saying that LaMelo Ball was in Bilalcatraz. That's what they're saying.
Oh,
on Twitter.
The coolie, in the Boiling Rock prison in Avatar, is they send the worst offenders to the cooler.
Oh, well, it could just be the cooler, spelled Couler.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Do you have any Wizards
Workshop.
thoughts? Okay, cool. I mean, is that it? I thought you were lagging again until you fucking smiled.
Pau Gasol, take it away.
Pau Gasol, take it away.
Lay down a list of what is wrong.